All right, you have just arrived to 217 Dower Road. There's our mailbox. Right here when you arrive, there's a little fork in the road. It goes left and right. Our driveway is gonna be the one on the left. And it's gonna go, it's a little bit of a steep hill, but you're gonna go all the way up there and to the back. All right, so after driving up the driveway, you're gonna arrive at the camper itself, and this is gonna be the parking area. There's gonna be a couple of cars over here, but then over here is fair game for parking. You have the whole yard if you need to loop your car around. If you have more than one vehicle, there's plenty of space for that, but try to primarily keep your vehicle as close to the camper as possible. And then after you're done parking, come around to this side of the camper, and you can make your way inside. All right, so when you arrive at the camper, to get in, we're gonna come up to the front door. Over here on the side is gonna be the lockbox. You're gonna type in your code and get out your key. And then you're gonna come up here to the locks. There's two locks here. This one on the bottom is gonna be more like your deadbolt lock, and up here, this is just gonna lock the handle. When you arrive, we're probably only gonna have this handle one locked. When you come and go, you can lock both if you want to, but it's not necessary. This key will unlock both. So you have this one up here that's just for the handle. And then this one down here is gonna be for the deadbolt. So that's gonna keep to where the whole thing is shut. All right, so right after entering the camper, especially if you're arriving at night and everything's dark, you're gonna be looking for a light switch. Right when you walk in, you're gonna see this panel on the side, and this has all of the camper's adjustments. You don't need to worry about most of them, like the water heater, the pump, don't touch any of those. But right here, you'll see two switches that say lights. This one and right here is the one that's gonna turn on the main overhead lights, and I'll have a little marker here that shows that for you. And then this other one is gonna be the outside lights. That one will probably already be turned on, but this is the only one you need to worry about. All of the other switches do not touch. And then there's also a little light switch down here that has a few overhead lights as well. As you get inside, you'll see these little overhead lights that have manual switches on them. Some of them are connected to the light switch on the wall. Some of them, like this one over here, you might have to go up and manually turn it on. So just do what you will. You can turn on as many lights as you want, but just be aware of that. All right, so this is how we're gonna work the stove. It's pretty simple. We have the three different element turners right here, and then this is the sparker. So say for example, you wanna turn on this front eye. It's gonna be this middle one. It's in off position right now. You're gonna turn it to, it says light/high. You want it somewhere right around there. And if you listen, you can hear the gas turning on, and then come over here to the sparker and just turn it, and it'll turn on. And then you can adjust it lower, higher, wherever you want it, but it has to be on high when you first spark it. And then whenever you're done, just flip it to off. All right, so now we're gonna go over how to turn on the oven. You're gonna need a long lighter like this. And over here on the side, this is our oven knob. It's in the off position right now. We're gonna go ahead and flip it to where it says pilot on. Open up the oven, and if you look way down under here, I know it's way in there, it can be tricky to reach. That's why we have the long lighter. So underneath all of these layers, way back there, there's a little element that we're gonna light. There's a tiny little needle point sticking out towards us, and that's what we're reaching for. So we're going to come up here to the knob and press it. It's on pilot on. We're gonna press it in, light your lighter, go down, and there it lit. Now it's blue. Now we're gonna come up to the knob and we're gonna turn it to whatever temperature we want. Let's say 400 degrees. And if you look down under here, you can see this whole element is lit now to where it'll heat the oven for you. And then you can go ahead and close it and it'll heat up to whatever you want. All right, so this camper is run on gas. In the event that you run out of gas, you'll know if like the hot water stops being hot, you will need to come outside to the front of the camper to switch over the gas tanks from one to the other. So right here, you'll see this little plastic covering. We're gonna remove that. It's pretty easy. Just one hand on either side, lift straight up. It's not connected or anything, it's just covering. And then you're gonna look right in here. This is one tank and this is the other. There's gonna be a little switch right here. If it's facing this way and there's no more hot water coming out, that's how you know this tank is empty. You're gonna take this little switch and just switch it to the other tank, and then you're good to go, and then put the cover right back on.